est-ce que vous avez tous the worksheet? So can everybody start with the first division, because we're going to need the numbers for today's activity, because we're going to be learning how to say our age in French. So can we start with you, Remy, and let's go around this table. Let's just read the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, très bien. Amy, après 8, c'est quoi? 9, très bien. 10, 11, 12, 13. Bah, c'est super ça. Alors 17, puis après, ben, merci. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, bah, c'est très bien tout le monde, bah, super, vous avez bien tout ça. And the reason that we're going to need your ages is because we're going to learn this today. So we're going to learn to say how old you are. Why are we doing this? Well, you know, honestly, if you meet a French speaker, they're going to know that if you've been learning French, you're probably going to be able to say your name and you're going to be able to say how old you are. So today, let's just make sure that we leave the classroom knowing that. And if we want to be good, we're going to know how to ask a friend their age. We're going to understand their answer. And then maybe we'll also be able to write down what we hear. So today's class is a mix of everything. So if you're someone who needs to hear French a lot, we're going to hear a lot of French because you're going to speak it. We're going to watch a video that's in French, practicing this. You're also going to have a chance to read it, because if you look on page 36 of your book, you've got the activity that you can see I photocopied here. And then you're also going to get a chance to write it, because I made these worksheets for you. But you know, before we start anything, can we just I really want to be able to check in with you. Everyone's getting it and they're all happy. And there's this one phrase in French that I just like to use, and it's 2 words, ça va. Can you say that? Ça va. And it just means, how are you doing? How's it going? So you go, well, ça va? And the answer could be exactly the same, but with a different tone. You could just say, oui, ça va. So let's just practice it. Let's do the question. Ça va?
Ça va.
Oui, ça va.
Oui, ça va.
Okay, and then if you're someone who needs to learn things through doing, we'll just do a thumbs up when you say oui, ça va. So if I ask you ça va and you're happy and you're getting it, just go oui, ça va.
Oui, ça va.
Okay, and if you're not getting it, I really want to know that because I want to help you. So you'll go, mais non, ça va pas. So can we practice that? Ça va pas.
Ça va pas.
And if you're like, I get half of it, but honestly I'm a bit lost, you could just do comme ci, comme ça. Okay, well, parfait. I'm so happy to hear you all speaking French. Okay, so let's just practice. Ça va? Oui, ça va. Ça va, and let's pretend you don't get it. Non, ça va. Ça va pas. And comme ci, comme ça. And it's a bit of a sneaky one. If you go to France, if you talk to French people, if you listen to French TV or radio, you are going to hear this. Because it's used so much, it's become irregular. So, you know, the perfect form of it would be ça ne va pas. But they usually just say ça va pas. Okay, so let's talk about ages. Okay, why do we want to know this? People might want to ask you just for interest. But you know, you'll get, if you go to France, you're going to get a cheaper ticket on a train if you get a youth ticket, and that's usually like 12 to 27. What are the reasons do people ask you their age? Can anybody think? Taylor? Maybe if you want to buy something that's restricted for a certain age, or you want to go to the cinema and it's for a certain age. So it's generally a useful thing to know. So let's just collect, so I'm going to collect the worksheets at the end. So if you've just started doing them, just make sure that like Dale here, you've written your name on the top, because I'd really like to see how you use that. Okay, so here we go. Tu as quel âge? Can you repeat that? Tu as quel âge? And that's tu, as we know, is the informal. I've heard you learning that. That's for someone your age, someone that you already know. But if you're talking to someone older or in a more formal situation, you might say, Quel âge avez vous? Quel âge avez vous? And so, vous is, formal, maybe an older person. Why else would we use vous? Let's just think about that. Because there's one more reason, and it's kind of important to know. Yeah,
Multiple people.
thank you. So if I'm asking you all, quel âge avez-vous? Excellent. Okay. And then the answer is super simple. J'ai, and then you put in your age, which you've probably got written down by now, and on. Yeah, so let's just practice it. So let me ask, for instance, Karen, quel âge as-tu?
J'ai 14 ans.
T'as 14 ans? Bah, très bien.